Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you 28 things that I have learned in 28 years. It was my birthday last week and I asked you all on Instagram if this was a topic that you'd be interested in, and you said you were, so that's what I thought that I would do today. I feel like there's a number of life lessons I have learned over the years, and I hope that you guys can resonate with a couple of these. I'm going to try my best to keep this short and sweet. I don't want to blabber on too much, but I do have 28 to get through. So let's get started. Life lesson number one is that it's okay to say no. It's okay to know where your boundaries are and to adhere to them and to say no sometimes. Life lesson number two, though, is that it's good to say yes. It's so good, I have learned, to take opportunities, especially ones that might scare you a little bit, to do things that are outside of your comfort zone, to face your fears. This is how we grow. Communication is key. Things are just so much better when we are clear, when we're honest, and when we say what it is that we want to say, when we say what we mean. Life lesson number four is that nothing is as bad as our mind makes it up to be. I have learned after many years of fearful thinking that fears are just thoughts, and most of the time they never become reality, and even if they do, it's rarely as bad as we imagine it to be. Nobody knows what's right for you but you. It's been very easy for myself to seek the opinions or the reassurances from people around me, but I've really learned that no matter how much we do that, it almost always comes back to what it is that we feel is right for us. Our intuition is so powerful. It's a very powerful force, and it's always a good idea to tap into it more often. Life lesson number six is that if it doesn't fit, don't force it. If it doesn't fit, don't force it. Sometimes we try so hard to make things work. We want things to work out so badly, but if it's not right, it's not right. And it's often so much better to let certain things go so that we can make space for what is right and what will fit in our lives. Gratitude is more powerful than you think. Anytime I take even just 30 seconds to think of something, anything that I am grateful for, it never ceases to make me happy and to put things into perspective. Life lesson number 8 is to practice willpower. We often cannot rely on or just wait for inspiration or motivation to hit us. We have to get up and get things started, and we do that by practicing willpower, by just doing it even if we don't want to sometimes. But the more that you do practice willpower, the easier it becomes. Patience is indeed a virtue. I've always been a pretty impatient person. Still am, not gonna lie. Always trying to work on it, but there really is something to say about how good it is to actually just be patient and to let things unfold as they may. Dreams can and absolutely do come true. I don't care how cheesy or how cringy this sounds or how elusive it might be to just think like, dreams come true, but they do. Dreams do come true. I have seen this with my own eyes. I've experienced it in my own life, and I continue to experience it in my life. If you have dreams, go after them. Don't let go of them, and just remember that they do come true. Life lesson number 11 is that good things come to those who make it happen. You've probably heard of the phrase, good things come to those who wait, and yes, patience is a good thing, but I have learned that good things come to those who get up, who put in the work, and who make it happen. And side note, that is how your dreams come true. Life lesson number 12. Heartache does not last forever, my friends. You'll get over it, I promise. If you're ever going through some heartbreak, if you are right now, it doesn't last forever. Number 13 is to listen, to just listen more. There's so much more to life, and there's so much more to learn when we take the time to listen. Even if we feel like we're kind of disinterested, or we generally wouldn't think that we would be interested in a certain kind of topic, just listen more. Life is so much more interesting when we do. lots of questions. I remember when I was younger and I was in school, I never used to like asking questions because I used to feel like people would think I'm stupid, or I didn't want to be the one to ask the question. But I have to say, I have learned, yes, ask questions, ask lots of questions, be curious, be inquisitive. This is how we learn. On top of, listening more, this is how we learn new things, is by asking questions. Try new things. I cannot tell you how much of a difference this has made in my life by just getting up, putting yourself out there, doing something different, trying something new, meeting new people. This is how we increase confidence. It's how we find more joy. It's how we become smarter, and it's how we create new neurological pathways in our brain. It feels good when we expand our horizons and put ourselves in kind of unknown territory. Try new things. Life lesson number 16. This is another huge one that I've learned in maybe more recent years, and that is to take the initiative. It's so easy for us to wait for people to set things up for us, or for friends to call us, or for opportunities to just come to us. But we have to take the initiative in our life and not just sit around and wait for things to happen. Whether it's taking the initiative to make plans with friends, or to call your mom, or to sign up for a course, or anything. Just taking the initiative is how things happen in life and come to you in your life. Everyone has a story. Everybody is human, and we cannot know everything about someone, regardless of how little or how much we see on social media or hear through the grapevine. We definitely can't assume things about people, because it's so hard to know everything about someone. Life lesson number 18 is that this too shall pass. I love this quote or this phrase because it's so true. If I've ever gone through a struggle or dealt with pain or a hardship or something frustrating, it'll pass. It always does. And the reason why we can count on it passing is because lesson number 19, change is inevitable. Everything, good or bad, will change. And that ebb and flow that's constantly happening, we have to embrace it and just know that it's just life. Things are always changing. A lot of you guys know that I am a holistic nutritionist, and I will tell you that the reality is that nutrition is very complex. There's no one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to food or diet, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to the way that we live our lives or our lifestyle. It's really important for us to listen to our bodies and to know what's best for us, and sometimes that's why tossing labels is so important. Number 21, we live in a very peculiar world where our devices are like an extension of our body, like a third arm, but I have really learned how important it is for us to put our phone down and enjoy the real life connections that we have with the people around us often, to do that often and to not always feel the need to take a picture or to share a status update. Life lesson number 22 is to keep it simple. You guys know how much I love simple living. It's just streamlining the unnecessary, helps to reduce overwhelm, I have found in my life. Helps to make space for the things that bring us joy. It's okay to be vulnerable. I've learned that being vulnerable is how we understand and relate to each other on a much deeper level. And there's no better feeling than not feeling alone in the stuff that we go through. Life lesson number 24 is to prioritize your passions. It's always so worth it when we do this, when we make the time for the things that we absolutely love, whether it's a passion or a hobby or a favorite pastime, art, music, writing, dancing, bird watching, whatever. Number 25, perfection does not exist. We can and we should strive to do the best that we can with what we know and with what we have and with what we're capable of, but it's so important, I have learned, to not get so caught up in the paralysis that comes with trying to be perfect and trying to reach perfection. Perfection is unattainable, and sometimes we have to just take a step back and be okay with doing the best that we can do. Life lesson number 26 is that it's okay to fail. Learn from it, get up, keep going, but do not let failure stop you. We cannot please everyone. We can't appeal to everyone. Criticism is always going to exist in our lives, no matter who we are, no matter what we do. You could be doing the most gracious thing, the most wonderful thing, and someone's gonna have something to say about it. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Everyone's different. Everyone has different perspectives on things, and that's just the way it goes. And life lesson number 28 is to be yourself. I know it's such a classic one, but just like yourself, just like you. Like what makes you you, your quirks, your preferences, your opinions, your values, your style. Just learn to like you. There is nobody else that is you. This is something that I have learned, and it can be a tough one to learn, being that we are surrounded by so many kinds of standards left, right, and center. It's a work in progress, but the more that we do just be ourselves and learn to like ourselves, we're able to walk so much more confidently. We're also able to attract the right people into our lives and avoid the wrong people, and it is a hell of a lot less exhausting when we are just being ourselves. So that is it for this video, the 28 things that I have learned in 28 years. I really hope you enjoyed this chat, and of course I would love to hear from you. I want to know a life lesson that you've learned in your years. Whatever life lesson you have learned, leave me a comment below. I would love to read through them, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.